Don't be so silly. Y'all are just glad to be out of the house. You know you don't care about this. I'm glad to be out of the house. I survived COVID. I got it about 2 months ago. I should have said 2 days ago and watched the room clear out. I got it a couple of months ago, and it was terrible. And they went, I had to get the little swab that they stick up to your brain cells. And when they said I had COVID, I was kind of pleased that they found something. We had bets going that it was just an empty cavity up there. But they stick that swab through your nose all the way to your left brain. And yes, it's true. And then they take another swab and they stick it, well, I'm not going to tell you, but one goes to a lab and one they just look at it and go, yeah, you got it. I don't know why they take the time sending it to the lab when they just looked at it and looked through the blood and the brain matter, and it was disgusting. And that was not what I was going to talk about when I came out here, but it was just on my mind because I hugged somebody. That's the hardest part of this whole distancing thing, isn't it? You see a friend, you want to hug them, then you go, oh, do you have the plague? Do you not have the plague? Do you fist pump? I'm too old to fist pump. Next time I see somebody, I'm just going to slap them. Hey, how you been? Whop. We were listening to that segment, and wasn't that so funny about the things you miss in that woman's tattoo? And that brought back such memories because I got a tattoo one time, and I hated it because it disappointed my mother, but it wasn't for her. I was raised so strict, y'all. Let me just say, the last time I was on here, I watched it on YouTube the other day, and I realized that's why it's been a long time since I've been on here. Because sometimes I kind of cross the line, but it just depends on what church you go to. There are some churches that think I'm funny and others that are praying I don't make it to heaven with them. And so usually those churches, I don't want to be in heaven with them anyway. But I used to go to a church where you couldn't dance, you couldn't do anything. I mean, you couldn't get your ears pierced. My mother cried when I got my ears pierced, and it still makes me nervous. I just do the little, you slip them on, you slip them off, because if the trumpet blows, you can slip these off and go. Some people are going to have a hard time, and you better hope it's a long song, because it will take them a while to get that stuff off their face. They'll just be just a minute. There are people that have things tattooed everywhere. This girl, I was in Cracker Barrel, she had an earring in her tongue. And then she's mad at me because I couldn't understand the words she said. And she's trying to wait the table. You want unsweet tea or a sweet tea? I'm like, excuse me? And you can't help but stare. It's like, and she's just flicking it on her teeth like she's bored with life. How bored with your life do you have to be that you put a nail through your tongue like a little fidget spinner in your mouth? And she's like, you want unsweet tea or unsweet tea? I said, here, let me put my spoon in my mouth and answer you back. And it just disappointed my mother, and I hate that because she's in heaven now probably. Ratting me out. But so, to make matters worse, I got a tattoo, but it was for my wedding anniversary. I was married 25 years. I couldn't think of something that would surprise him more. Because he's Baptist. And so I got a tattoo. It was just a little heart with his name in it and little flowers in a place that only he would see. And my daughter was appalled. She's like, Mother, that's disgusting. It's a tramp stamp. And I'm like, it's not a tramp stamp. I married him. I mean, if it had like George, somebody I didn't know, okay, then maybe that would be a tramp stamp. But I've been sleeping with this man forever. Well, then she threw up. And so, but it's gone because, listen, this is what people have to, you got to think before you ink because gravity takes care of a lot, and that little romantic tattoo is now somewhere in my butt crack, and so and the Baptists just fell out of their seats. Thanks for having me. Great to see you guys.
I don't either.
Oh, I just miss
Hey,
Simon.
Enjoy this tonight, because I doubt we'll ever get to have you back.
Yeah, that's true.
I cannot believe you just said that, but you did.
I know. I think last time I was here, I'd said something about a baby Jesus wetting his pants. I thought that'd be the last time I'd ever see you. But let me just say, though, let me just say this about this network that you're on. I love them. When I was sick in the bed, and here's the bad thing about COVID, fear takes over. You hear everything on television. You know, first of all, turn off the TV, except for TBN. I watched The Chosen.
That'll get you back on right there.
No, but I did. I got so grateful. I got saved like every few hours. I would check my oxygen level and go, oh, I got to pray again, Lord. But it was awful. It was absolutely awful.
You were a sick girl, weren't you?
Yeah, I was very, very sick.
Yeah.
I talked to your son a lot. He said you were concerned.
I didn't want to bother you.
Yeah,
you had COVID.
I wrote out my funeral 3 times. I'm not kidding. 3 times. I kept changing the songs. But you're preaching my funeral.
Okay.
So
just don't let it be anytime soon.
I hope they put my body like right here.
We can arrange
change
that.
the Huckabee name.
We'll
I want Chonda.
We'll put Chonda right there.
Oh, I have a real humble brother. You know my brother.
Yeah, I do.
He wants
He's great.
to be cremated. He doesn't want anybody to do a big fuss about it. I'm going, not me. I want a horse and a carriage to take me through town. I wrote all that down. So you're in there. You're supposed to do my funeral. And Shiloh Hackett, my pastor's going to do the graveside because it's going to be so long, nobody will be at the graveside.
Well,
they'll be like, we've got to eat the chicken.
It'll be the first time I ever really let you down, right? So.
But
it's been hard a whole year. You basically didn't get to do any shows.
I know.
You're making up for it
hours tonight. I have had no one to talk to.
Well, I would say this. I think you are essential to my well-being and to the sense of humor you bring to this world. Don't you dare retire until I'm gone, okay? But then I can't die because now I got to do your funeral.
Yeah, I have to go first.
That's really messing it up for me.
I know it is. Well, but if you go first, Janet and I have some things planned.
Oh, gosh, that scares me. Hey, you can get Chonda Pierce's comedy, her books, and a whole lot more on her website. Check her out and all the schedule of the live show that she's got coming up, and keep up with her. Here it is, Chonda.org. Pretty easy, isn't it?